Welcome, everyone. I want to first introduce myself to you. My name is Kristin Olson, and I am the owner of Absolute Pilates. We are actually here at the studio on this cold winter kind of feeling day, but I promise you I'll get you nice and warmed up. Giving you a little bit of history on my climbing experience, or just a little fun fact about me, is that I actually was interested in climbing when I was in like high school and into college. And I started actually I went on an outdoor rock climbing trip with my family. And then I came back to Wisconsin, and I was very interested in learning how to climb. And so I went to Adventure Rock in Pewaukee, and I took my first few classes. And the other fun fact is that I met my husband there. So that's just a little history about me and climbing. So a few things before we get started. If you have a mat, definitely use a mat. It really does help you get the alignment set up, and helps you just be more efficient in your positioning. You'll see that I'll have a traditional mat that I use, which is a high-rise mat. And again, for those of you that have yoga mats, now's the time to also, if you have like wood floor or a hard surface, I would grab a bath towel of sorts. That will help when we get to rolling exercises so that nobody gets bruises on their spine or their backs. So make sure, again, your carpeting, padded carpeting should be fine. But just be aware of that you do want something that's a little bit more padded for your back. Those of you that are also new to Pilates, when you are lying on your back, you might want a towel. You could have like a hand towel and roll it up, and you can put that towel behind the back of your head. So that just supports, if your neck doesn't feel comfortable, just a little bit of like a pillow to prop your head up would be nice. So padded mat, a towel. If you do happen to have a set of either 2-pound weights, or maybe 3 or 1-pound weights, and definitely you don't need weights. But if you do happen to have them and you want to, at the end, we're going to go through a little bit of an upper body arm series, then grab a set of weights just to have handy by your side. Pilates, just a little bit about, I think, how it can relate to climbers, is that it's a very efficient workout. So what I want everybody to know is that I will love to hear the chats and the comments afterwards, and I will definitely respond back. But during the workout, I want you to know that I want your 100% focus and attention on the exercises, and I'm going to give my 100% and attention on giving you the proper cues and making sure that the movements are appropriate for everybody at any level. So just know that I will love to hear your comments or your chats afterwards. What else am I missing before we begin? Going through my notes here. All right, so the last thing that I do want to say is that listen to your body, that it's okay to omit exercises, and then pick up at the next exercise. And then the key here, just like climbing would be, is that you want to be able to concentrate and go slow sometimes through these movements. You actually work harder, and you can take the time to get better at the exercises when you go slower and when you concentrate more. So those are my opening comments. So we will get started with our Pilates mat work. Just going to move my camera here so you can see the mat a little better. All right. Okay. So I'm going to step back a few. Actually, no, I'm going to change this. Let's try to make this a little higher first. Take that back. Okay, so if you can see me here, we're going to start standing. So you can stand anywhere right now, and just being able to get your feet planted on your mat, really grounded, and then your arms are going to be bent right on top of one another in front of you. And so in the side view, it would look like this, okay? When we lift our leg up, one key here is that you want to really plant down the standing leg or the supporting leg to lift the leg up to your hands. So we're going to do 10 high knee lifts, and when you are in Pilates stance, that means that your heels are together and your toes are just slightly turned out to the sides. So again, zipping the inner thighs together, pulling your abdominal muscles nice and strong. You're going to lift your right knee up. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, lift 4, lift 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and 10, 10. Both arms are going to reach out to the sides, and you're going to lift one knee to the side of that arm. So it's going to go side, and 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and 10, 10. And then you're going to bring your arms down by your side. How you lower yourself down to your mat is going to be simply by stepping all the way up. Let's move our. Now we're going to lower ourselves down to the mat. So again, if your knees are not able to bend down that low to do that, then you can just lower yourself down to the mat. For those of you that like to try to attempt to come down nice and slow, this is how it will look. So we step up to the front of your mat, Pilates stance. One hand is on top of the other. Then you're going to take one leg behind you, and you're going to pull your abdominal muscles in and up, and slowly lower yourself down with as much control as possible. Then you can uncrisscross the legs, plant the feet on the mat, and we're going to roll all the way down to the mat. So we're going to start with a few breathing exercises, taking a few good long breaths in and out first to make sure that you can feel as much contact onto the mat as you can with your body. So from here, you're going to breathe in through your nose and exhale out of your nose. And breathe in again. And on the second exhale, try to draw your abdominal muscles in and up so that, again, as much surface area as you can get onto the mat with your back. And one more breath in. And now we're going to exhale out all of that air. So we're going to work on the warm-up of the first exercise is the 100. And you're going to curl up by lifting up your head and your shoulder blades, just the tips of your shoulder blades off of the mat. Reach your arms nice and long. Start at your hip and begin pumping on your inhale. And then on your exhale, and the pumping will be pump for 5 pumps in. And on your exhale, pump out 5 times with the arms. And eyes on stomach. Really long inhale. And we have about 8 more breaths to go. If your head gets a little tired and you're not feeling it in your abdominal muscles, lower your head down. But keep pumping the arms. And for those of you that want to challenge themselves, then the legs can tuck in and lift up and come down to whatever level you know you can keep those abdominal muscles in. The official warm-up is almost over. Let's do one more inhale and one more exhale. And you can lower your head back down. So we're going to go into the roll-up. Let's all come up to a sitting position first. And keep the legs bent, just again, that slight bent knee and inner thighs are going to squeeze together. So we're first going to give you some progressions to this exercise. What we want to do first is establish rolling the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. So how that would look is that as you're creating a little tension and resistance against the backs of the legs with your hands, you're going to firmly pull the abdominal muscles back to your spine, and you're going to try to lengthen and stretch the low back to the mat slowly. This is where that nice slow control we're talking about comes into play. And you're going to exhale and you're going to curl using your hands, again, if you need them, to grab behind the back of the leg, but pull deeper into the abdominal muscles. So let's do 2 more of those. Rolling down slow. Relaxing your shoulders, your jaw, your neck. Putting tension more into the muscles of the abdominal muscles, the inner thigh muscles. The feet are pressing in. Exhale, curl forward. And we'll do 1 more. And take an exhale, curling forward. So now we're going to roll all the way down. We're going to add some progressions to this movement. So if you would like to add on to this movement, go ahead to do the next parts. If not, just stay where you're at and do a few more of that same movement. I'm going to just really make sure that we're not cheating and just missing these vertebrae down here. So again, we're going to inhale as we roll back. Now the arms can lift up to the ceiling. And your challenge is, as your arms go back over your head, you are trying to pull your ribs down to your mat so that you're not arching your back here. Arms to the ceiling. Lift up the head between the arms. If you don't need to grab the legs, don't do so. Then straighten out the legs and exhale and stretch. So we'll do another one where we bend the knees to roll back. And notice that the speed is going to change a little bit now as we're starting to progress through those movements. Again, find where you can go and stick to where you can. The ultimate challenge is to keep the legs straight the whole way through, rolling all the way down, stretching all the way back, not using momentum when we lift the head up, and take that exhale again and curl forward and use your abdominal muscles to lift up and over, never touching your toes. Roll back. We'll do one more. Your abs are your brakes, and then you're going to roll all the way down. So we have single leg circles. Bend your right knee into your chest. Give it a good stretch first while you push the left leg long. Extend the leg up. Give it a straight-legged stretch as best as you can. You might need to climb up a little bit. Just reach and stretch. And then the hands press down and the head, again, are nice and long through the neck. The leg stays up. We're going to do circles. You're going to cross the leg to the left. Come down a little bit, around, up one. So we're going to do 4 more. Cross, around, up 2. Cross, around, lift 3. Cross, around, lift, pause. Cross, around, lift, pause. Reverse. Out, around, cross, hold. Out, around, cross, press the arms down. Out, around, cross, press your left leg long. Out, around, cross, up. One more. Out, around, cross, up. If you are a little tight in the leg, soften that knee to do your circle on that next leg. Bend the knee in and stretch it down. Switch legs. Bring the left knee into the chest. Firmly stretch it nice and deep here, and then lift the leg up. Give it another straight-legged stretch. And hands down, neck long. Abdominal muscles are anchoring your body. So cross, down, around, up 1. Try not to move your hips. Cross, around, lift 2. Cross, around, lift 3 if you're tight. Cross, around, lift 4. Cross, around, lift 5. And now reverse. Out, around, up 1. Out, around, lift, exhale. Out, around, exhale, up. Out, around, exhale, up. Last one. Bend the knee into the chest. Lower that leg down, and we're going to roll up for rolling like a ball. So the most important part here is to balance first. Grab onto either your ankles, your shins, or again, behind the thigh is fine as well. Open up the knees at least about shoulder width apart. And then you want to relax the shoulders, pull into the stomach, and create what we call the C curve. That's from the top of your head down to your tailbone. You're creating a C, okay? So balance first and rest your feet. We're going to balance again. Pick up the feet. Hold it. See if you can just stay completely solid and strong without wiggling. And balance. And rest. Okay, so we're going to pick them up again, and we're going to roll back. So again, for those of you, it is momentum that are new to this. Never push off of your head or your neck to do the motion, and learn about how smoothly, or figure out for your body how smooth you can get every vertebrae to feel like you're rolling through each one. Okay, so we'll do 5. Pick up both feet, find your balance. It's an inhale to roll back and an exhale to roll forward. Inhale, exhale, hold, hold, hold. Inhale, exhale. Try to get your bottom up. 2, 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll. This is where that towel is supportive for your back and your spine. Inhale, because we don't want to bruise those vertebrae. 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. And rest your feet. Hands by your hips. Lift your seat up. Slide back a little bit so that you have all your mat to roll back down to. And we're embarking on what we call the abdominal series. We're going to bend the right knee into the chest. I want your right hand to go lower on either your ankle or shin area. The left hand is going to go in front of the knee. So what we're going to do is create what we call tension by pushing your leg into your hands, making your muscles in your arms have to work, but also making your abdominal muscles pull down at the same time. So let's first establish that position. We're going to lift up, tips of your shoulder blades up, push the leg out a little bit and create that tension, and then you're going to switch for 8. So switch left hand to ankle and the other hand to the knee, and we're going to hold and switch. 2, switch, 2, create the tension. 3, switch, 3. We're going to just speed it up. 4, 4. Keep breathing. 5, 5. The leg that reaches out, find an angle and choose that angle each time to reach towards, creating that resistance and tension. Last one in. At any point of this ab series, you can lower your head down just for a little pause and pick it up again. So curl up your upper body again. This is double leg stretch. When you let go of your legs, arms and legs are going to reach out. What you have to find again is where the ribs pull down and the abs scoop in and the back is anchored to the mat. And then you circle the arms, pull back in. So again, real time. Inhale out. Now exhale in. And inhale, push. Exhale in. So you have to find that angle. It could be a here. And exhale in. Keep the head down. And exhale in. And last one. So find what your challenging spot is. Curl your upper body, grab onto your right leg, lower down your left leg, and again, you're pushing your leg out and up to stretch while your abs are pulling down, and switch. So now just hang out here, stretch that left leg, and switch. Now really stretch the right. And switch. Again, if you're tight, you're going to have to grab just above the knee somewhere and push into that leg to stretch it. If you're flexible, you're going to grab as high as you can. Your leg might be way past your head, but stomach in strong. Switch. So let's see how fast we can go on a few more. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4. Both legs up. Keep them up in Pilates stance. Hands again can be, lift your seat up a little bit underneath your bottom just to create a little bit of a ramp. We'll do a few here first. Curl up your upper body, eyes on stomach. So lower, like you're pressing a heavy spring away from you. And then you're going to exhale and lift up to 90. Again, if you're a little tight in the hamstrings, let the knee go away from the level of your hip. Exhale up. Another, again, goal of this exercise is to get your hands behind the back of your head and neck. Do the same thing. Inhale, exhale up. It's a lower abdominal anchoring and an inner thigh connection as you lift the weight of your legs up. and bend both knees into your chest. And your finale of your ab series is your crisscross. Hands still remain behind the neck. They're never interlocked. They're always stacked. And keep your right knee in and your left leg out at a level that you can lower and anchor the back. So curl up the upper body and twist. And try to lift up and forward. And switch. And try to lift up and forward. And switch. And up and forward. And switch. And up and up and up. And exhale. Whew. All right, roll up to sitting position. And we have your spine stretched forward. See if I can get this camera just a little bit up, a little bit higher here. All right. Spine stretched forward. Arms are out in front of you. Again, creating that work of lift. You want to pull the abdominal muscles in. Stack the spine. Again, if you're tighter in your hamstrings or hips, you can soften the knees and bend them. So straight or bent is fine. Your goal is to really stretch this lower part of the back. So I want to see that movement really bend and move. So we're going to inhale. On your exhale, you're going to peel one vertebrae down. Exhale out that air. Now inhale, pull the abdominal muscles back to the spine and stack. So let's do this again in that real time again. Inhale, because this is a breathing exercise. Exhale. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale. And inhale. Two more. The abs are your brakes. And last one. And now we're in an open leg rocker. So again, the balance is the most important part of this exercise. Make sure you have plenty of room behind you, that towel or that padded mat, and that there's nothing behind you too far. So we're going to make sure that, again, our balance is the key component here. And now instead of keeping that C curve, we're going to keep our back as super straight as we can. You know, we're going to lift one leg up. And again, bent or straight. So here's a place, here's a place. You're going to balance that one leg out. And come down. So spot something out in front of you. I like to look and spot something that's a little bit lifted up so that my eyes are looking up a little bit, not down. It's getting my back to lift and come down. So now both legs, again, bent here or up and just hold it again. Now what you're doing again is you're pushing your legs out. You're lifting your back up. It's almost as if you're going to topple more forward than back. And we're going to rock. So pull the abs in. Inhale. Exhale up. And again, it can look like this. Roll the spine. Sit up 2. Okay? Spot something. Inhale. Roll back. Exhale, lift up. Try not to break that connection of arms to legs. And let's do one more. And rock back. And roll up. And bring the legs together. Climb down the backs of your legs. And your legs remain up as the hands press down to the mat. So you're into corkscrew. Corkscrew is making both legs do circles. So we're going to circle again, inner thighs strong, lower abs strong, and we come around and then we stop at the middle. Center line of your body, left,
right around up center. So let's do a few more. Concentrate on arms pressing down and around. The contact on your mat is anchoring you so your lower abs have a chance to kick in and be a support to move the legs around. And bend your knees into your chest. Roll up to a sitting position. Feet into, again, outside of your mat. So again, I have these two boxes here, and just make sure again that the feet, if you have a mat in front of you, that's helpful. It gives you a reference point of how wide the legs need to be. So just at that V position, arms are out to the sides. Again, you're lifting up as tall as you can on your inhale, and we're going to twist for the saw. On your exhale, arms are in opposition. One arm goes back, the other arm goes forward. You're going to bow and keep your shoulders lined up. Square down that leg. Roll back up and center. So first, the most important part is to twist and hold. So inhale, twist, feet flex. Now exhale and stretch. Inhale, lift up. Twist. Arms are in opposite directions. You can turn your head to bring your ear to your knee. Twist. Exhale. Inhale up. Two more. Twist. Exhale, because it's a wringing out of the lungs exercise. And center and twist. Exhale out that air. Inhale up and center. And the legs come together, and we're going to go onto the stomach. So from here, when you get onto your belly, the most important part, since sometimes I'm face down and I can't talk too much, is make sure that the low back, the abdominal muscles support the low back. Okay, what we don't want to do is create more tension in your lower back. We want to make sure that these abdominal muscles meet those muscles. So we're going to go onto the tummy. For your neck roll, hands can be wider out to the sides, somewhere around shoulder level, Pilates stance, so heels together, toes apart. I like to use the floor here because I can pull my shoulder blades down and back. So the neck roll is a deliberate neck stretch. So you press up, either arms bent slightly or straight, pull abdominal muscles in, squeeze the inner thighs and the bottom. Look to the right. Now deliberately roll the chin down and around to the left and then center. And look left and roll all the way. Might feel some cracks or pops in center and come down. Okay, single leg kick is making both arms fist to fist, glued together, and then just pulling like you're gonna army crawl. Find that spot where the shoulder blades pull down. You feel the stretch of your abdominal muscles, but the legs are being held glued together. Now you're going to bend one leg in. Loose foot, but tighter back of the leg and bottom. But don't lose that tension that you're creating in your arms. Make those arms feel like you're squeezing them into that circle. Chest muscles, pull, pull. So it's a little double timing. Pull, 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 pull. Pull, 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 pull. And we're going to turn our head to one side. Bring your hands up your back. Try to get the elbows first to touch the mat. So it doesn't matter right now if your hands are apart this wide. Get your elbows down to the mat to the side. Rest your head. Take both legs again and pull them together at the same time. 3 stretches. Once the legs go down, arms straighten out above the bottom. You lift the head and the chest, and we hold higher, higher, and exhale, come down. And 1, 2, 3. Now lift. 2, 3. And hold. 2, 3. And lift. 2, arms straight, chest up. And last one. And pull. 2, 3. And lift, lift, lift. And come down. So to give yourself a little stretch, flex the feet, hands by your chest. Push yourself up to your hands and your knees. Widen the knees a little bit apart. Abdominal muscles are pulling in. Just sit back and stretch your back. So again, that C curve here. And then we're going to go onto our hands and feet. And we're going to lift the knees up a little bit. So both the right knee pulls in, or sorry, here, right knee pulling in and extending out. And when you pull the knee in, tuck your chin into your chest, try to get your knee to your forehead, and then extend it out. And pull, and out, and pull, and out, and pull, and out, and pull, and out. Switch legs. If you need a break, bend the knees down, take them back up, and pull in, extend, pull in, extend, pull in, extend, pull in, stretch out, pull in, and out. Bring your head, knee in, and out, and rest. You can sit back to those heels. You can bring your hands down by your ankles. Just give yourself a little extra stretch. So we're going to turn around onto the mat, sit back down again. This time it's hip width apart with both legs, flex feet. Again, some progressions to the neck pull. We're going to start with just slowly working ourselves into that ideal position. So hands are going to be by your side. Feet are going to be flexed. You want those legs to feel like they're bolted again to the mat and reaching out. Okay, so from there we're going to tuck tailbone under, rolling slowly back a little bit. See if you can get all the way down now. And then you're going to bring chin to chest. Exhale again and round forward. Bow down to the legs. Lengthen your back straight as you can along the legs and stack the spine. And now you're going to roll one vertebrae down. Again, the abdominal muscles are the key component to get you to control your body down. And one more like that. Exhale when the going gets tough, typically on Pilates. Straighten out your back, lift up tall, and now roll down. So ideally, Joseph Pilates wanted people to place their hands behind their necks. So you are here to start. If you get a little stuck and you can't roll up, you can do that same hands down idea, but then place your hands behind your neck. Now you're lengthening out and pulling the neck up long. So that's what makes that exercise so wonderful, is that the back and the neck get that stretch. And then you're going to roll one vertebrae down at a time. Now Ramana, my teacher, I remember her saying, the mat was not for sleeping. So you're going to round forward. You're going to keep going through 2 more of those, just to get your body to see if you can get that motion without making that hiccup through the middle. And some exercises are always a work in progress. So you'll find some challenging ones that are going to be great projects for you to still achieve and work towards. All right, spine twist. Arms are out to the side. Again, tighter hamstrings, soften the knees. You can bend them up like that. Abdominal muscles are engaged again, back is strong. So you're gonna inhale, this is a breath exercise. Hold the breath. And then exhale, center. Twist and hold the breath. And exhale, center. One more set of those. Again, legs can be straight, but don't shift them. And left, hold the breath. And center. Again, don't let the arms do the steering. So now we're gonna change the breathing. Exhale to twist. And inhale to center. Exhale to twist. And inhale to center. Exhale to twist. And inhale to center. And exhale to twist. And inhale to center. And arms can come down by your side. We're into the bridge. We're gonna bend the knees, roll down, slide your heels as close as you can to your bottom. The legs can be squeezed together to help those inner thighs have to work. Pressing your, again, arms firmly down into the mat. Pull it down the muscles in, tuck your tail a little bit first under, roll one vertebrae up, hold, and roll one vertebrae down. Focus on pushing your hip bones up, but your abs drawing in and up. So roll up. Again, my abdominal muscles are pulling in, but I'm trying to push my hip bones up to the ceiling at the same time. I'm pressing firmly into my feet. And now you're gonna roll one vertebrae down. And one more, roll up. Feel your feet equally pressing into the mat and roll one vertebrae back down. Tuck your knees into your chest. And we're getting into your side kick series positioning. So how you lie, if you have a mat, it would be the best to get lined up by lining up to the very back edge of a mat. If you don't have a mat at home, just imagine that you got a line that you're gonna follow. So bring your right hip back, line your body to that edge, prop your neck and your head up with your hand, and then both feet, I have this high-rise mat, but if you have just a mat at home, bring both feet to the carpeting or to your wood floor or your in front of the mat. Top leg lifts up to hip level. Again, you want to keep that neck nice and strong and supportive. Abs are engaged in. You got a nice energy of reach with that leg. Okay, so abs are going this way, leg is going that way. And you want to go 5 kicks. So 1 and back. You're trying to anchor your hip and freely move from the hip. So don't feel so grippy in the hip. Let it kind of feel loose as it moves. Last one. Again, hover the leg if possible, and then lift the leg up and slowly reach it longer than the bottom leg. Lift. Now press it down even farther and push your head out even longer. And lift and press the leg out through that hip. And up and longer and longer and longer. And last one. And reach, reach, reach. Small little circles right by the bottom heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the leg. We're going to do an inner thigh lift. So we're going to bend the knee up to the ceiling with the top leg. Plant the foot down. Your hand reaches behind the back of that ankle, and you're trying to get that knee to point straight up, if possible. It's a tough exercise to get that hip to do that movement. Now the bottom leg, you want to lift. So you want to point your big toe down and lift up the bottom leg and hold and lower it. And again, your second attempt, you're gonna lift it up. Now you're gonna keep it up there to do 4 circles. Around, up, hold. Around, up, hold. Around, up, hold. Around, up, hold. Reverse. Pointing your big toe down, around, keeping the legs super straight, around, knee up, and around, and up, and lower the leg down. Bring the top leg down to the bottom leg. And we're going to change sides. So we're just gonna sit up today. I'm gonna position this way so that you guys can see me. And we're on to the other side. So again, lining up, hip on top of hip, neck nice and long, right? And the top leg just hovering. This hand actually presses up into your abdomen so that you can feel that you're keeping that hip stacked. So for now, we're gonna go to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front, reach back, and front, reach back. Last one, front, reach back. Bring both legs together and go up, reach it long, kick up, reach it out, kick up, reach, push your head long and lift, reach out. Little circle, circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knee up to the ceiling, plant the foot down, go behind the back of the ankle, planting the foot, kneecap up. You're gonna lift up the bottom leg. Reach the leg long, point the toe down and lift, and hold as high as that leg will go and bring it down. So now pick it up the second time, hold it, and circle around, up 1, around, up 2, around, up 3, and around, up, hold. Reverse. Around, up, hold. Around, up, hold. Around, lift, hold. Last one. And lower the leg down. Bring the top leg down to the bottom leg. And we're going to come up to a sitting position, and then we're going to turn the feet around. So make sure, again, you have room behind you. We're going to attempt to, if you can, on the last rolling exercise, which is called the seal, on that last rep, the hands are going to come out from the legs cross, and we actually roll up and we stand up. So on that last one, if you want to try that rolling up to standing, do so. If not, just come up to a standing position on the 6th exercise, or the 6th repetition of the seal. So we're going to take our hands behind the back of the heels. You're going to, again, slide your hand to the side of your ankle, okay? So that the hands are relatively straight, just cupped to the sides of your ankle to the side of your heel. And then the feet are together, the knees are apart. So reason why this is called the seal is that, think about a seal with its arms or the flippers opening and closing. Your hips are going to be doing that action from the hip joint. So open and close, 1, 2, 3. Now we're just going to roll back up. And 1, 2, 3. So this is 3. 1, 2, 3. Roll back. Roll up. This is 4. 1, 2, 3. Roll back. Roll up. This is 5 or 4. 1, 2, 3. Roll back. Roll up. And one more. 1, 2, 3. You can take the hands out. Crisscross the legs, stand up. And then come
to, let's see, we bring our, all right, this is where our last few standing exercises are Pilates stance. Again, if you have your weights, use your weights. We're gonna start at, I'll just do the side view so you can see. Abdominal muscles are gauged in and up. Arms are gonna lift out in front of you to keep that straight forward at shoulder level. And you're gonna hinge like you're actually contracting a very heavy weight. And then you're gonna push that weight out. So we'll do 5. Curl in, press out with the abdominal muscles. Strong in, press out. So it's not just the arms. Pull in, press out, pull in, push out. Okay, so now the arms are going to open out to the sides. They're just in your peripheral vision. They're not straight out just to the sides like this. So here a little bit, and curl in, press away. Curl in, press away. Curl in, press out. 2 more. Pull in from the abdominal muscles to press out. Not just those arms. Pull in, press out. Bring your arms together, lower them down by your side. You're going to do a side bend. Reach one arm up all the way glued to your ear. And exhale to side stretch. Inhale up, change sides. Glue again the arm and the head together, straight arm and up. And you get a really delicious side stretch, side bend, and up, and over, and lift, and over, and lift, and over, and up. And that's all we have time left for this workout. Joseph Pilates created hundreds of exercises. So I hope that you enjoyed this class and that you join me for Thursday's class at 2 o'clock. Thanks so much for coming and have a great day.